Hello, Chris.
Hey,
Okay, the new stream is up now, part 2, and there
it
is
is.
people's
There it is.
there. Yep, we're back, baby.
Hope people realize hit refresh on their browsers.
On their what?
On the YouTube.
No, actually they could hit refresh if their URL at the top still says, if it says youtube.com/LWTDB/live, because that will refresh okay. Tony Wallows, give me a thumbs up by text. And yeah, we're back. Okay, let's see. We got a couple new Zoom participants, right? Tim Sal came in and Chris Garrett came in. So hello to both of you.
Take 2.
Yep, for the record, Chris Garrett waved hello to the audience. All right, I'm going to pop out chat. And actually, I still have I still have the old chat window open because when I restarted Big Beast, and then when I relaunched Chrome, it asked if I wanted to reopen the prior tabs because it was not properly shut down. So that lets me still keep record of the old chat. This is the old chat. And Rand Israel, no, we're not promoting Baby Beast to Primary PC. I don't think this was a failure of Big Beast. I think this was a failure of clicking on the task view button while a live stream is going. I think that's incompatible with the live stream. Yeah, I put that in here.
You're fired.
I think I will test that. I think I will do a live stream, unlisted live stream or a private live stream, and test clicking the task view button and see if that consistently crashes the stream. Now, it did not crash. It did not entirely crash Big Beast Build. And I put this in chat also, but I'll describe it for those who aren't reading the chat, is that what happened is the moment I clicked on task view, all 3 screens were clearly frozen. I recognized that right away, but I could still talk to Zoom. They could hear me and I could hear them. So we had full audio. Their video in Zoom was frozen for me, wasn't frozen for them. Were you guys able to see me on Zoom? Wake up. Yes?
Yeah, we can see you in Zoom.
And was I still animated? Was I moving or was I frozen?
Yeah, he's still moving, wasn't he? Yeah.
It's what happened was he made you host. I just had you because I had it minimized.
Yeah, he's still moving on it as far as that went.
Yeah, because you got up to go back to the machine.
Oh, you saw me go back to Big Beast Build to hold the power button to shut it down, because that's what I had to do, is hold the power button down. Because it would not respond to Control-Alt-Delete. I also tried the graphics reset.
I thought my internet went out again. It went out last Saturday about this time.
Okay. All right. Let me finish my statement. I also tried the Windows Control-Shift-B for resetting the graphics adapter. That didn't bring it back. I had no keyboard or mouse response anywhere. Could not move anything, but could still have two-way conversations with Zoom. So that was weird. Had no way.
Because Zoom's a different app than the YouTube is.
Well, it's a different app, but it's the same computer. So the computer CPU and memory and internet was still functional because Zoom was functional. So why did mouse, keyboard, XSplit? Now, do I actually, okay, Zoom images froze for me, but as far as this screen over here that had probably a chat room, The only way that I could have seen anything still active there is if the chat scrolled, if somebody put in a new chat message. So I don't know that was live, but keyboard and mouse were not available. Now, another thing I could have done is I could have tried Baby Beast to connect remotely to Big Beast and see if I could end the XSplit task. That might have been a different way. So if I can make this repeatable, if I can use that task view button to force the similar lockup, then I'll try connecting remotely and see what happens that way. All right. Then coming back to chat. People saying we're back. It jumped on me. Why can't YouTube default to live chat instead of top chat? Annoying. Yeah, it is annoying. I'll go switch to live chat. Anyone in favor of clicking history button on Big Beast build? Yeah, please report to the principal's office. Now, can I click it on Baby Beast to demonstrate it? Because that's what I wanted to show is the history view. And looks like no, you know what? I don't think Windows 11 does that. I don't think Windows 11 does history view anymore on task view. I think they took that away. It's not showing on Baby Beast. It'd be good. Ken, is that considered normal? Live again. F5 on the old stream starts part 1. Oh, and I thought as I was rescheduling part 2, I thought the name of this show was particularly appropriate. Let's get to it over here. Yeah, Windows, more fun, less pain. How I chose that name for today's show, I don't know. I'll catch up with more in chat here, then come back to Zoom. Zvi, RAID age CI from the earlier, no, the Windows, if the Windows was installed with one kind of driver and you want to change, you have to do it through safe mode. Now the system has both drivers and you can skip safe mode. Oh, okay. So if I were to switch, I see. I don't need safe mode if I switch back to RAID because the driver's already present. I understand. I think. Oops, killing the stream, such a Doug thing to do. What? See, this threw me here. PEB, that's my mother's initials. Pearl Eileen Betts. PEBK. I'm not sure what that is. We have here failure to communicate. Good thing we don't have Cranky Doug today. Oh, you're right about that. And we should have Cranky Doug today because I am working on sales taxes. And QuickBooks Online is messing with me. And Amazon is messing with me with the way they did some things. Took a little while of hunting, but I solved it. More fun, more pain. Why not have both? You can have both. When does the fun start? Problem exists between keyboard and the chair. Only goes to prove that he is live. Yeah, you can't make this up. You can't script this. All right, back to Zoom. We have Josh Kinder joining us.
Hi,
Hello,
Doug.
Josh.
Hey, Doug, I got this ink cartridge, and it doesn't fit the printer. You just throw them out or you recycle them?
I recycle them. I take them to any office product store, office product store that sells ink, and they will take them.
They'll take it?
They'll take it as for recycle. They're not going to refund you for it.
Okay. My aunt was like, oh, you can just throw them in the garbage. I don't think you can.
I didn't understand what you said she said.
I said my aunt told me that you could just throw them in the garbage, and I said,
No.
I don't think you can.
No, we're not supposed to do that. I'm not sure that it's technically a law, if it would be called illegal, but no, you're not supposed to do that.
I didn't know that.
Ah, yeah. And electronic stuff, you're not supposed to put in garbage.
Our church takes the church I go to takes ink cartridges, or they used to, and they did something with them to raise money. For
All right.
different things.
Yeah, I think there is a way that an organization can make money off of that, but I don't know what that is. All right, what do you guys want to do with this computer as far as other explorations? Was there any other request in chat that I haven't got to? Did that just blink again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did. I had that external monitor disconnected. There's another blink. All right, why is it doing that again?
I
Windows.
wonder if there's a
Those
difference
are
between
played from
the
nine
beta
systems.
scan rates.
Okay, one person at a time, please. Don't talk when somebody else is talking. So try that again. William?
I wonder if there's difference in the scan rates at the between the card, the capture card and the computer.
Possible.
Just get RAID and get rid of the bugs.
All right, that took me a minute. Why don't you move the start menu to the left? I am not doing that for my clients. I am trying, now I'll demonstrate it just because of the request, but I am trying to not accommodate the old ways. And I would like for, when I deliver the computer to my clients, it's very easy when they walk up to somebody else's computer to recognize that it's Windows 11 if the taskbar is centered. If we try to make it look like Windows 10, then they don't know which it is. If I put the taskbar over to the left and I'm talking to somebody on the phone and I ask them, do you have Windows 10 or Windows 11? And some of them I've moved the taskbar over to the left, some of them I haven't. They don't know which they have. Well, I can ask them, is the start button in the middle or is it over to the left? So that's a useful way to get to know it. And also, if I pamper them by making it look and feel like Windows 10, then they're not learning the new system. And I'd rather just have people learn the new system, and I can support them through doing that. So when they go to some other computer that's Windows 11, they understand it and they recognize it and they can deal with it. So I do not try to make things look like the old system.
That's a good point. Never thought of that.
Yeah. I'd rather let them understand it. Did you set the display to 150% on Zoom? Zoom on purpose. 150% on YouTube, yes. So that I could read this, and it's for the chat screen. If I have chat at the normal level, which is, let's see, control minus sign 4 times. So there's 100%. That makes the video back to normal size, but I can't control them independently. So I like to make this screen zoomed in 3 or 4 times, but that automatically zooms in this page as well, showing 150%. But this page on 150%, it zoom is weird there. When I'm going down, there's 100%. Well, the video is actually large here. When I zoom in, the video portion gets smaller because it's making the chat side bigger. That's all about computers make sense, don't they? Brian to Jeff, moving to the left may be pleasant for all Windows 10 users, but for users, not for new users. Keep it in the middle. Takes only 2 days to get used to it. I honestly don't mind. Center is fine. I wouldn't change stuff with third-party software, but customize with Windows itself seems fine for me. For an individual, if an individual end user wants to customize it, I don't argue that with them at all. But I don't do it on their behalf. And I have had clients, when I deliver a Windows 11 computer to them, call back and ask me for some adjustments so that it's more comfortable to the way they're used to, and I make those adjustments. But I don't assume to read their minds to know what they would want. I meant the Dell display. Oh, for zooming in, the Dell display, is it zoomed in? No, I don't recall doing that. You're saying this is zoomed in? Display settings. Oh, 100, oh, it's recommended. Yeah, it's apparently what Windows did that. Yeah, no, I did not do that. I don't know if that's by virtue of the capture card. If I switched around to normal external monitors, it's still going to show 150%. But that's what the operating system is recommending. I had not noticed that. I still find myself moving the mouse to the far left to find the start button. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Okay, caught up there. No other requests of what people want to see here. Let's go see if System Restore is enabled. And let's also, another thing with Windows 11 is encryption. Because I think that's probably halfway started right now. We still got that blinking. I'm going to connect the external monitor, because last time when I disconnected the external monitor, that stopped the blinking. Maybe reconnecting it will do something. Now you see that kind of shrink and then grow. That's the same thing that happens on Baby Beast. When I restart Big Beast, I'll see Baby Beast shrink and grow, and that seems to have something to do with the capture card. Now waiting to see if it blinks again on us. Yeah, feeling like it's not going to blink. Just a change of state as to whether there's an external monitor connected or not is making the difference. That is weird. Again, computers make sense, right? Always work the way you would expect. System Restore. Let's see, how am I going to get into System Restore on this one? How about right click and System? That give me there. Find a setting. We want advanced system settings. That's what we want. Advanced system settings. There's probably multiple ways to get there. And then system protection. And look at this. System Restore is off. Completely turned off by default. So that's one of the things on my checklist is to turn that on. So I'll click on the C drive because that's where I want the System Restore to reside. I'll configure that. Turn on system protection. Then we've got to turn up this slider. If I don't turn up the slider, will it go to a default size? Is it actually going to activate with 0 bytes allocated? Looks like it did. Yeah, 0 bytes. So that's not going to work. And I think it's typically the default is around 10 gigabytes. There's 10 gigabytes. Click OK. And then I always create a system restore right away. And you can describe the system restore point. So I'll call this Windows updates done. Windows updates complete. So that way, if I want to do a system restore during my initial setup of the computer, I can see what restore point to go to. I also describe my image backups with similar names that give me an idea of the state that we're at right now. Another thing I'll do is in advanced, I'll go to performance and settings. And if the computer is at all underpowered, I'll adjust for best performance, removes a whole bunch of check marks. I have never had anybody complain that their computer no longer does all of this stuff that's shown here. So I've taken some computers that are in operation right now, and this is one of the things that Tim may be interested in doing, is to adjust for best performance on his computer because it's running slow. Just adjust for best performance and see how that goes for you. These computers are pretty good performance, so I'll be leaving them on let Windows choose the configuration. All right, so that completes that. Then let's go look at encryption. Device encryption settings. BitLocker encryption. Device encryption. Here it is turned on. At the top, device encryption help protects your files and folders from unauthorized access in case your device is lost or stolen. Sign in with your Microsoft account to finish encrypting this device. Now, I'm not going to be signing in with a Microsoft account on these computers yet. Eventually, they will be signed in to Microsoft accounts, but I do not want encryption on these computers. The point here I want to make is that anytime you're dealing with a new computer from a major manufacturer, this should be part of the checklist to check, because this will always sit there in the background. It implies that it's partially encrypted now because it's turned on, but encryption is not completed. So my checklist item here for this is just turn off device encryption.
Hey, Doug.
Yes.
I always, when I get a new computer, like when Ken did my computer, one of the first things I did was I went in and I put it in high performance. Don't you want these computers to run at the maximum capacity?
Oh, you're misunderstanding what that setting is. Let's come back over here and go back and look at that setting. I'll go back. Let's see, I've already turned off that encryption. So then let's get back to advanced settings. How about just typing advanced? Yes, Windows update options, settings, view advanced system settings. Okay, this is performance settings, visual effects, processor scheduling, memory usage, virtual memory. Let Windows chooses what's best for my computer, adjust for best appearance, adjust for best performance. Oh, okay, so Josh, you just said you choose adjust for best performance, right? Right, Josh?
No, I choose high performance mode.
Well, there is nothing here for high performance. You're talking
when you go in the power option.
Oh, power options. Okay, this is entirely different. This is a different setting. This is how you want things to perform on screen. Here, when you choose best performance, it removes a bunch of high-end features. So if you're wanting your computer to feel zippier, you should do this. Now let's go look at the setting that you're describing. That's somewhere else. That is in performance power options, right? And who gave an explanation recently where that is? Oh, I'm not going to be able to find that. Somebody give a more graceful way to get to that than what I'm doing. Display settings, no. Lock screen. Personalize. And then lock screen. Got to learn this better. Screensaver screen timeout. Here, power mode. I'm going to turn off my picture-in-picture with that button, and here's balance. This is what you're referring to as best performance here, right? Now this is Windows 11, so it looks different. So I think this is what Josh is referring to. His microphone's muted right now. And on Windows 10, it's the menu option looks different, but this is going to prevent your processor from slowing down when the computer's inactive. It's going to prevent sleep options. If we go in here and look at the details for this power mode, where do we do that? Adjust power and sleep settings. That's related. This is just going to get us to a help screen, isn't it? Yeah. Don't want that. Where we get into the detail settings in Windows 11. Screen.
The way I got through it, I went through the old control panel way.
Oh, okay. No, let's do that. And Windows key, control panel. Change from category to small icons. and then go to power options. And then here's balance, change plan settings, and then change advanced power settings. So when you're choosing high performance, it changes all these detail settings to higher settings. So that the display would never turn off. The processor power management would be at 100% for maximum. It'd be 100% for minimum. So right now we're seeing 5% for minimum. If I cancel out of here and then go back and choose the high power plan, choose or customize a power plan, they don't even show us the high and low here. They don't have it here. This is, yeah, I've seen this too, where they don't show you the other power plan options. You have to create a new power plan. Here, create a new power plan. And then high power here, but that's just creating a new plan. That's not making the changes yourself. Let's go over here and choose the best performance here. So interesting, it didn't have that alternative power plan available on that other screen. I don't think we don't have any OK button here. Now let's go back to power options and back up one level and then back into power options and see what we have now for low power or lowest minimal power processor state. See if that changes. Minimum processor state, that still shows 5%. That didn't work the way I was expecting.
It's the second one down, Doug.
What's the second one down?
When you go to change the power option, it'll ask you when you click on the setting, it'll automatically ask you to go to high performance.
Well, that's what I did. That's what I did right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it didn't give me the results that I expected on that other screen. Maybe it hasn't gotten applied yet, even though there was no apply button. Oh, well, now here's another thing. Or maybe it's because I'm already in a customized mode because I made these changes.
Could be that because you already changed the plan.
Yeah, right. And well, I already changed some detail settings. So let's see, change plan settings. Those are restore default settings for this plan. All right, let's try that way. And there's a save changes button, but it's not clickable right now. Turn off the display. All right. So then let's see if that's stuck. Go back into power options and I just want to verify that, yeah, those settings still stuck on 5 minutes. This start without your data. I don't want to sign in. That's interesting. This window here is occupying the entire screen. There is no close button. Alt F4 does not close it. Start without your data. Continue without this data. Always have access to your recent browsing data.
Hey,
Don't allow.
Doug, when you go in to create a new power plan, it'll give you the option. It'll say best performance, save power mode, high performance. Mine is set for high performance.
Well, I tried that and it did not give me those alternatives.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking that exact same thing and that it wasn't there. Are you Windows 11 or Windows 10?
I'm Windows 10 or Windows 11.
Yeah, okay, you said both, so I'm assuming it's the last one that you said, Windows 11.
Yeah, Windows 11.
Okay. But was that computer originally Windows 10 and you upgraded to Windows 11?
No, it came with
Came
Windows
Windows
11
11.
right out of the
All
box.
right. All right. Now
But
going back.
when I went to change power plan, it came right up on mine.
Okay, so now here's power mode is set to best performance. When on that other screen, I chose the default, which was allowing screen and sleep at 5 minutes. So that's still here. And here's power mode, best performance. And I was trying to show that selecting one of these is going to make a difference on the minimum CPU utilization. And I didn't see that work. Chances are somebody's yelling at me in chat with the answers. Let me go look at chat. For me, it's recommending zoom on my laptop's internal screen and normal 100% zoom on my external monitor. So that's talking about the zoom setting. So he is seeing the same thing on a laptop internal screen. Why the user is admin in Dell? I entered the word admin when the way that I'm setting up this computer and probably the rest of the computers in this office over the next couple of years is it'll be a local admin, and I considered using the username of local admin. And what I'll do is the basic configuration under admin, and then I'll create the user account and do user specific adjustments. So I have separated my checklist so that the first items are things that I do under the admin account, and I don't do any user specific settings until I put in the specific user account. And I just wanted to create this technique or this routine for this office because I know we're going to be doing many of these computers. And because we're going to be increasing the security configurations in this office and using Active Directory and using policies, they're going to be signing in on the computers using Microsoft accounts for their user accounts. So I always want to have an underlying admin account, local admin, but I'm calling it admin on these computers. So that's the answer to that question. Brian Lightfoot, the 150% is because it knows the eyesight of Doug. Brian, I blinked. Does that account? Display devices pass EID info when they connect, which is part of the handshaking info. So that makes sense that the default for this computer might be different from one monitor to another. Just type restore in search. I'm not sure that was in, restore, run RSTRUI. So restore in search. If I hit Windows key, restore, yeah, that gets there. Now, did that get there because I had already gone to that once? Oh, what I did is I tried to do system restore. Yeah, the word restore makes a whole lot more sense because that's more unique. System could be followed by lots of different things. So doing the search for restore, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that. Oh, that was Chris. The system protection link is left next to advanced system settings. Did I not? System protection link is left. I probably went to advanced system settings and there was a more direct way to get there. That would take me directly to that system protection tab. Let's see, and where was it that I was at where he was seeing that? I don't know. William Dawson, computers are sane if sane means they are crazy at times doing what they want at their own times. Brian, why was system protection turned off on Dell? I believe that default is on, at least for the C drive. I have seen system protection turned off. Actually, Microsoft announced that they were disabling it. They disabled system restore, well, system protection, yeah, on one of the Windows 10 updates. And I don't know if that's been re-enabled. If you do a fresh install using an install image from Microsoft on a custom computer, is System Restore on by default or off? I don't know that. Some of you do that regularly. I don't do custom computers, so very rare that I do a fresh install from a Windows 11 install media. But I think Windows 10 is going to give you the same result. So maybe somebody can answer that. But I've seen that. I have not seen that on all new computers. I've seen some new computers come with System Restore turned on. Seen it default to off on more than just Dell's from Wintermute. And Microsoft's explanation was it was to save drive space. Not that much drive space. And when you have a problem with the computer and the computer goes through automatic repairs in Windows 10 and Windows 11, one of the things that it automatically does is it tries to utilize System Restore. And if it's not there, it doesn't complain about it not being there. It just doesn't use it because it's not there. Same thing is true with registry backups. Registry backups is I believe, I haven't proven it, can't show you the documentation for it, but the automatic recovery procedures that Windows 10 and 11 will do is going to try to do a restore from a registry backup, but that is also disabled by default. So that's one of the items on my checklist, is to re-enable registry backups.
I have a computer here that has a fresh install of Windows 11, and I haven't looked at System Restore since you bought it up, but it's on.
So you just looked at it now and it is on.
Yeah, it's on.
It might be that it's been re-enabled, and you did that from a image download from Microsoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I bought a key from somewhere else to activate it.
All right. Jeff to Brian, system protection defaulted off on my build, which is a fresh Windows 10 Pro. So here Jeff did a fresh Windows 10 default Windows 10 Pro. And for him, it defaulted to off. For Tim, it defaulted to on.
Really?
Yeah. So there you go. What can you say about that? Now, did you do Kerry Holzman's Windows 10 Windows 10 no. Did you say 10 or 11?
11.
11. Did you use the optimizer on it?
No, I didn't.
All right. So it's not that, because it might automatically turn it on.
This was the custom build I did from the parts list from Catherine.
All right. Brian says he's checking granddaughter's system now. He's talking about power settings, system protection on by default for Brian Lightfoot on the granddaughter's computer for Windows 11. Wintermute's asking Brian if it was a clean install Windows 11, not a pre-built. And Brian responds to that question with clean install. Rand Israel, this might be the explanation of them turning it off. How to restore missing default power plans on Windows 11. All right. Yeah, the other power plans are not there. However, often after installing update, power plans go missing. You may only see one. This can happen if you've made changes to your power plans recently. Oh, maybe because I did make changes, the other power plans are no longer visible. Maybe they originally were visible. How to check which power plan is missing. This shows the balanced, high performance, HP recommended, and power saver. So HP recommended is only there on HP computers. You may see 3 or 4. With HP's having 4. How are they saying to get it back? You can check the available missing power plans from the control panel. It's changing. Reset the default power plan settings using PowerShell. Oh, great. Restore default scheme. So power config. Okay, well, let's try that. right click on the Windows button. Whoops, wrong mouse. That clicked something on XSplit. Right click, start button. And PowerShell is in here, isn't it? I thought it was in here. Is it not? No. Is there a trick to get access to PowerShell from here? Right. See it there. PowerShell. Go that way. Windows PowerShell is an app or Windows PowerShell x86? Interesting. Don't know if that matters. So then this command power cfg space hyphen restore default schemes. Okay. Doing it right here. And enter. Okay. Minimize that. Looking more at this. Okay, this is the control panel style panel, right? So we'll go that way. Windows key, control panel. Power options. Yeah, I'm expecting this change plan settings. No, that goes into here. I don't see the other power plans here. I'm expecting to see that here. Create a power plan. I have to type in a name that I can go the details for it. This starts with an existing plan, and it doesn't let me choose some other plan as a starting point. Do I have to restart for that to take effect? Show additional plans. That's hardware and sound, power options. Well, we saw these three. Okay, there's the command. The other command was reset the power, close PowerShell, and check for any improvements. You can restore the missing default plans on Windows using the command prompt. We'll use PowerConfig command line feature to duplicate the existing but missing power plans. Follow these steps to restore the missing control. Next, oh, this, wow. Ugh. I don't have a need for that.
Hey, Doug, Rand Israel is saying that method 3 is the one you want to use.
Oh, someone in Zoom, please tell Doug method 3 in the article. So I'm just making sure I understand. So there's looks like 6 methods. Restore the missing power plan using the command prompt. So what I did was this one, number 2, and that didn't work. So are they introducing this as all these as alternative ways to do it? All right, so here's method 3, restore the missing. All these steps. Command prompt as administrator. All right. Close these windows down. Windows key and then CMD, and then click on Run as Administrator. Answer yes to the user account control. So there, we got a command prompt as administrator. In the command prompt, type the following command and press enter. I'm not connected remotely to that computer, so I can't do a copy and paste. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's go bring this up in the browser on that computer. And get to the right mouse. How to restore missing default power plans on Windows 11. The exact title. That's YouTube videos is not what I want. I want makeuseof.com. Here's makeuseof.com. I'm going to right click, open it in a new tab so I can get back to the search results if I need to. There's the right document, and then go to method 3. And then I'll triple click. Highlights the whole paragraph, then shift left arrow to get rid of that space at the end. It's not getting, oh, there, got rid of the space. Control C, that's for high performance. In the command prompt window, type the following command. What? Oh, okay, for high performance. I'm not going to type high performance. I'm just typing this part under here, I think, because you can't type a command with square brackets high performance. There's command prompt, Control V, paste, enter. Yeah, that worked, and it shows high performance in parentheses. Alt tab to go back, triple click there, shift left arrow to get rid of the space at the end. I have to actually move the mouse to the end of that line before shift left arrow will get rid of the space. And then Control V to paste that one. There's the balanced power plan. Alt tab to go back to this screen, triple click. Move the mouse to the end. Shift left arrow, Control C, Alt tab, Control V, enter, Alt tab, triple click. How about triple click at the end of this? It's the whole paragraph. And then shift left arrow, did not work the first time. Shift left arrow again, not working. Drag across. I like the triple click because it's easier than dragging. Control C, and it may be that including that space at the end wouldn't have, it still would have worked. All right, there, all that's done. If successfully executed, type exit and press enter to close the control prompt. Then let's see if the power plans are there. Control panel, power options. Well, we got a second balanced plan. Yeah, I'm not impressed. I did method 2 and method 3, and neither of them seemed to work. Going back to chat. Right-click on Edge button on taskbar and close. Oh, try to do that. Is there something amiss about that? Right-click on Edge and choose Close. That worked. there some reason you thought it might not work?
What kind of computer is this, Doug?
It's a Dell
Okay.
Optiplex 7010. Ryan, Microsoft made a change in Windows 11. It is on by default. Windows 11 system protection on by default. Windows 10 install system protection C drive was off. Windows 11 install C protection is on by default. From Windows 7 to 11, this has been bouncing around. That's just somebody's comment. Windows team will change default settings based on feedbacks and design the system. System protection will take space, but in case there's a failure, may restore your system. This just sounds like somebody's response to that comment. Doesn't sound authoritative. Is there any in-depth explanation? Just found out my setting is off and wonder, should I turn on? This does not establish to me that Microsoft has turned it on across the board, across all computers. This just looks like a conversation on learn.microsoft. You cannot rely on everything on here as being authoritative. It just may be that these two are talking from their own experiences. So I wouldn't put too much weight into that. I have high performance here, Windows 11. Change advanced power settings. In the first windows, you have an arrow and select. I think we've been down that road, but I'm behind on chat, so I'm not sure. Jeff, I like the separate admin account and standard user account. It was always set up that way in the places I work. Oh, by the way, when I say that I'm going to set this up with an admin account for local admin and then put on the user account, for most of my clients, that end user account is going to have local admin rights. Not true once we have security policies in place that we've adopted and we're following. I have one client's office where the users are standard users, and we control everything from Active Directory and policies. But in this office, we don't even have a server yet that has domain controller and Active Directory turned on. The server has it, but the server is too old for me to want to run that from there. We're going to be replacing that server. We're going to be replacing those two servers with probably one server. And when we get to that, then the end users will have standard accounts. But I like, there's advantage to even having a local admin, and the user accounts are also local user accounts with admin rights. So they are admin accounts. But if something goes wrong with that account, I can always log into the computer with the other admin account in order to fix things. Terminal admin. I'm not sure what that. You can run this command from CMD as well, but PowerShell is in Windows Terminal. All right, let me see if I understand that right. If I come over to the Start button, right-click, and Terminal Admin, does this get me a PowerShell option? Yes, it does. In Windows PowerShell. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you for that. The way you get to PowerShell is use Windows Terminal. Because I have a fair amount of experience with Windows Terminal servers, it's a different animal. That was throwing me there. So Windows 11 launching terminal is basically PowerShell. Yeah, okay. Method 3 might have to reboot for the other power plants to show. Okay, so let's try that. None of those instructions said we'd have to reboot. I was looking specifically to see if they said that, but they didn't, so we'll try that. Go ahead and watch this reboot. See how long it takes. This capture device, I don't think it's, oh, because I have the second monitor attached, I see the Dell logo over there. If I didn't have the second monitor attached, we'd be seeing the Dell logo through the capture device. Yeah, so that's why it pops right back to the desktop like this. All right, now let's see if we got those other power plans available. No.
I don't like how when you reboot the computer, the screen is black. You can't change the color.
You want to change the color of the black screen?
Yeah, when you go to reboot the computer, you can't change the color. It's just black.
Yeah, I don't have anything for you on that. The computer's not sending any video signals, so you have whatever the native state of the monitor is, which is usually black. Someone in Zoom, please tell Doug Article 3, you need a high performance. It is a name. Okay, that might be on.
But in Windows 10, if you set your wallpaper to a standard color, whatever that color is, when you go to restart the computer, it'll be set whatever color you have it. So like,
Really?
if I set my background to purple, then when I start up my computer, when I go to log in, it'll be purple when I restart it. You can't do that in Windows 11.
Are you saying it'll be purple when you get to the lock screen to log in, or are you saying it's purple during the whole restart process?
It's purple when you get to the lock screen. For example, like when you install updates
Right.
and you see the wheel going around, it will be purple then.
And you're saying Windows 11 doesn't do that?
I don't think so.
That's well, I'll go try that. Sounds hard to buy. So I'm gonna right click and choose personalize, then lock screen. Personalize your lock screen. So I'm going to change it to, oh, they don't have a solid color here. Picture, screen timeout. So is that why? Because solid picture isn't one of the, solid color isn't one of the choices. This is, all we have is picture, slideshow, Windows Spotlight. If I do slideshow, does it get me to solid colors? No. It should, whatever you've chosen as your lock screen, that's what should be the background when you restart the computer and before you log in.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
And you're saying it's not doing that?
It didn't do it when you restarted it now.
Oh, well, yeah, it did. It did. You didn't see that because I didn't have, you weren't seeing this monitor and I don't have a password on the account. So when I restart the computer, it doesn't go to the lock screen. It goes all the way to the desktop because there's no password on this computer.
Okay.
If I had a password for that account, it would stop at the lock screen and be showing whatever is configured for the lock screen.
Because I have my Windows border. Because it also affects your Windows border. So like my Windows border and my taskbar, it's all purple. But that's just the way I have mine set up. Because purple will be easier for me to see.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go catch up with chat here. Put those space at the end should not matter. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't matter. I think, I don't know why. Sometimes it does matter if you're copying a space along with what you're copying. In that case, it didn't matter. Was control panel open in the background while typing? We're too far along for me to know that. You'd have to go back in DVR mode to answer that at that point in time. That was 10 minutes ago. Hello, Drunk Control. Rand Israel, terminal in Windows 11 is a default container for all shells. All right. Did not know that. Terminal Windows 11 is the default container for all shells. PowerShell, Command, and WSL. Okay. Zvi, you did not went to this. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Let's see. Advanced settings and power options. All right. Find my way to get to that. Power options, event settings. Switch mice, Doug. We'll get to it this way. Power options. I don't think this is going to get it. Adjusting power sleep, power mode. No, that's just help. Back through control panel. That works on either search or the run line. There's advanced power settings here. All right, this is what he's showing. Nope, I don't have all three of them here either. This is what Zvi was, this is exactly the appearance that Zvi was saying I should go to. And those other power plans are not there. Restore power plan defaults. That should just change the defaults for this plan. That's not going to do it. You sure you want to restore this plan's default settings? Yes. Nope. That did not. No cigar. Yeah, we're going to scroll down and see if Zvi has any response to that. Nope, I'm almost at the bottom. Austin Grace, hello to you. Martin Hogg, can someone assist with an Acer Aspire 3 laptop not powering up due to faulty keyboard as power switch is on the keyboard? Is there another way to power it up? The PC is completely dead after shutdown. There's an interesting question. With Acer Aspire 3 laptop not powering up due to faulty keyboard, is there another way to power up? I'll start with Control C for that and just go paste that into Google. How to turn on a laptop if keyboard power switch not working. Acer Aspire 3 power button not working. Not powering on. How to turn on any laptop without power button. Have you already looked at those? And let's see what ChatGPT says. Just pasting that same question. External keyboard, AC adapter, remove battery, check other issues. I don't feel very confident about these. Yeah, I don't feel very confident about these. These look more promising to me. Does Martin respond to that much? Not yet. Try to boot into BIOS. How do you boot into BIOS if you can't turn the power on? Not good enough. Not powering up. Try to boot into BIOS. No, you can't do that if it won't turn on. If the keyboard is totally dead, getting into BIOS might be problematic. Well, yeah, right. Yeah, from Wintermute. Is that probably one of those videos? Let's see. I'm going to take a look and see what show more, if there's anything in here about it. Problem of the laptop power button is not functioning properly. You need to keep pressing any key to power up the laptop, but once you stop, the laptop will turn off. This problem is common for Acer laptop with built-in power button to the keyboard. For permanent solution, you need to replace the keyboard. That makes sense. I mean, that was the first thing that came to my mind that I didn't actually mention. For the temporary solution, watch this on how you can turn the power of laptop without pressing the power button. See all this? See that mountain right there, that gray mountain? That means a lot of people have replayed this portion a lot of times. He's going to short connections on that ribbon cable connector to turn it on. Yeah. That's pretty intense to do that every time you want to turn the computer on.
I don't see the average user doing that.
No, I wouldn't do that myself. I just replace the keyboard.
Try that with a butter knife.
Yeah. You have to open the back and short, as in the video. Yeah, so that's a short 3-minute mark. Is that where I was at? What I found there? Yeah, 3-minute 35. And you can see how you see that gray area right above my mouse button. It's the most replayed. In fact, when I get the mouse right there to the tip, that little message pops up saying most replayed. That's a way to find the critical information that you're looking for in a video. And the way you do that, I got to show the way to do that, because you may not see that when you just click play. You see it when I'm dragging across, but another thing is if you move the mouse up, you get a detailed scan image of the frames of the video, so you can see better detail what's going on. Just a couple more YouTube tips and tricks. Personally, shorting pins is the only way I know of. Boot into ultra secure mode by using a plastic knife. Once you've opened the computer, you're far enough that you should just you can get a replacement keyboard.
Duh.
Yeah, as long as there's no butter on the knife. External keyboard needs power from USB, but is dead. Yeah, so you'd have to be using a USB port that has constant power, even when the computer is turned off. Some USB ports do that. So that could be a thing. Remove power cord from laptop. Push a new laptop next to the power cord. Plug it in. Yeah, that would do it. Well, let's see. We're like 2.5 hours now, aren't we? This video, 1 hour and 8 minutes, in addition to part 1. So I think it's a good time to say good night, Gracie. Any final comments from the Zoom participants?
Keep your butter knives out of your laptops.
How about the word better should be in that sentence too? Better keep butter knives out of the laptop. Better batter.
Just get a better butter knife.
That'll work. You can search for that on Amazon.
Are we still gonna get together so you can help me find you in Fortnite?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you just stay in Zoom after we end here, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'll ask the Zoom participants to say goodbye to the audience, please.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I guess that's all of them. All of them that are going to talk. All right. There's my email address if you want to send a question for me to respond to during one of the weekday shows, or if you want to ask for remote support, we can do that on a Saturday show, or we can even do that during the week that I could upload as a video later, or do it on a live stream during the week. We can find some way to do it. What I want to be doing on this channel is helping people with issues on their computers. That can be through the chat room, through comments on videos, and then I respond to those during a live stream or during by connecting remotely and with people coming into Zoom. That's it. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Goodbye.